The expert weapon.
Huh? Yeah, what? There's one right there. Oh. I think she usually mops, but... Well, we can probably clean it up and she'll probably use it. Put them up there with that box on top of there. That's where I've been setting that stuff until I get a chance to go over there. Okay. I'd say it's still good. Usually when it comes down to that, it's usually the battery just needs dropped a few times because they can rust on the inside. Because the core is lead or iron.
The expert weapon.
Or it just needs to be dropped. Alright. Let's see what we got. We don't want to use that one. You know what, we actually probably would be better off if we did something like that. Like this at the moment. Alright, so let's start off with our unboxing. We got an area behind me where the other green screen will go. Open up that tab. Make sure the volumes are off. Alright. So we'll adjust the cameras as we need to. Anyways. Let me remove a section of the tab. There we go. Alright, so what we got going on is, well, other than we've broken out our camera that I purchased a few years ago and hadn't been messing around too much with it. And Danielle likes to take extra pictures, and I'm hoping that we can find a little bit of hobby or something out of all this. But as you see here, it's a broker defective or shipping problem from Limo Studio. As you can, well, it's this camera here. You see, it's 3 lighting set up. Obviously, the front lights are the ones with the umbrella, and the small light, kind of for the backlight to remove the extra shadow from like behind somebody. And then as you see, the screen is actually a 10 foot by 20 foot, and the bars can actually go 10 foot across. So it'll be very wide. And for my computer setup here, we'd be able to easily move it around and use it for multiple things other than just photography. So that was kind of the thought on it. Well, we got this large amount of space, and if we ain't using it for other services, we can move stuff around and be able to do this as well. Man, that thing is locked. Alright. So, let's see what we got here. Which camera do we want to use? You know what? Let's go to this camera. And we could just easily move it. Alright, so let's look here at my mess on my desk. It's supposed to be a 10 foot by 20. Oh, it's actually pretty heavy. It's supposed to be double paneled, 10 foot by 20 foot green screen. It is actually neon green looking, but with this light in the camera, it looks kind of like a dark green, but it is actually a very bright, kind of a Joker neon green. Alright, there's that. And for the lighting, you have the umbrellas to help give the glow. Obviously, they'll be open up inside. There's 2 of them. What else we got here? Now, imagine these are going to be the bulbs. I don't expect that these are the bulbs I want to use. I'll probably switch out to LED. But a lot of them, they use these big coil bulbs. It's 45 watt power, 120 volt, PB-45 light. Pretty big bulb. There's 3 of them with this kit. I don't plan on using them, though we may try them out at first and then try to figure out the lighting, the color in which they are, and then see if our lighting in the room and our LEDs are comparable. Okay, that one's also 45 watt. And yeah, they're all 45 watt. So there are 3 of those because there's 3 light stands. 2 of them has umbrella, and then like I said, the one for the backlight. Alright, then you got the plastic clips, which go around the poles on each end of the green screen, and you can clip the green screen to pull it nice and snug across to whatever length or whatnot that you have it set to. What we got here? So it's like, well, I'm going to say this is one of the posts. It is. Let's see. It's try, your normal stand. You got your 3 legs that go out, and I don't know where the fitting is. It goes on top. It's probably one of the other boxes, but I would imagine this is for one of the lamps. There's supposed to be 3 of these. One of them's fairly small as compared to the other 2. So right now I'm going to just stick it back in the box, set it on the floor, because here in a little bit we're going to start putting it together. So we got 2 of those. And is this the same thing? Yes, it is. Hey, Evil Cleric, Origin Network. Welcome to the channel, guys, as we kind of fool around here. Alright, what do we got in these other boxes? There's 3 of these. Now, these are the plastic fittings. Oh, these are light. The plugs that go on top of those stands that hold the light bulb and the wiring. So they're the socket for the lights, which there would be 3 of them. So let's move our cell phone and our monitor controllers out of the way. Let's put these here. Now, once again, we did this setup for dual purpose. We can do it for cameras. Obviously, as you see down in this box, there's the bag. So that's the actual stand for the green screen to hold it up. This is the shorter light, the one that doesn't get an umbrella. This is the, if you ever do like professional lighting or do a little bit of research, there's usually 3 light bulbs, 1 to each side, and there's usually 1 is kind of behind you and to the same side that the camera's on. That'll take away some of the, so that you're surrounded by light, and then the green screen has perfect complexion, and you don't have this edge like around my arm that looks like shadow coming from the back. It kind of hides the green screen effect. Sometimes you look at poor green screens, background looks wonderful, disappears, but if you look real close to somebody's edge, you can usually see some kind of green. It helps take away that reflection. Alright, so in this bag, looks like it just velcros shut. Well, it's 3-section when there's 3 different holders inside, and these should be 2 3-legged stands, and then a few bars that hook together that extend up to 10 feet and will support the weight of the green screen. So that's what we should have there. And then we got an empty box. Yep, large collection of empty boxes. Most of them you see behind the screen. Computer parts, gaming parts, Nintendo stuff, classic, Super NES, classic, Switch, all the goodies, stuff that I keep around in case I ever want to sell the stuff or whatnot. I keep hoping the Switch comes about and has does the virtual console. Alright, so right now we're going to switch back to our 270 cam until I move our other camera. But back here, and then my space is a 20 foot by 20 foot area. But back in this side, I'm hoping that we can use a lot of the green screen that we're getting ready to put up over there. So as Danielle's been moving some of this stuff, we're going to move. You can kind of see this table. I'm going to move it a little farther over. And then we will just try putting this together behind in this area in front of this. Well, this dresser's here temporarily, but eventually it will end up over in the 3rd area. But there's a truck in there I got to pull out to be able to move stuff around. So rather than me talk like I'm a know-it-all, anybody got any comments, questions, stuff they want to talk about? Shoot. Back here moving stuff around. You can listen to me pant. something supposed to be neon orange. It don't look like it in the camera. It's weird. Weird the colors. Haven't been looking 100% correct. Of course, I think that's the 270. The 270 doesn't have as good color sensors as the C920 or the 922. Little HDMI cord. Well, let's see what you guys think. Should we just go ahead and do some bulbs first, or should we put up the green screen first? Actually, yeah, makes sense. Let's just go ahead and do the green screen first because it'll be the farthest thing in the back. We can do that first. Alright, we moved the camera. Yeah, that's the one we want. Though, looks like it has a chroma key on. Let's turn that off. There we go. Is that the... Does not look like it is. It looks like it's cropped it a little bit. Let's find out. Yep, there's the pole. Right smack in the middle of the room. There's the full size. See, who says you can't have garage doors and put a drop ceiling in? Been there, done that. You always pay me to come and do it to somebody else's garage. Used to be a studio apartment to put garage doors back in. Alright. Looks like there's wing nuts on the end of the stands. Get a good look at them. Wing nut at the top. Tighten that down so it doesn't adjust on its own. We're just going to run it from right here. That's the full extension of the first piece. Full extension of the second piece. And I think that's probably all. Probably won't even adjust the top piece. I'll probably need it. Okay, there's... You know what, if I probably don't go full extensions, it'd probably be a lot stronger. Go down a little bit on each one. Is this what I think it is? Does it go up one more? Or is that just the end piece? No, I think it's the end piece. Alright, back all the way up. Now you don't want to, as much as you want to keep turning them, and I got a bad habit, Danielle can tell you, of tightening things. With something like this, you don't want to over tighten them because you can crimp the metal bars smaller and actually crush them, and then it'll never work correctly. I've done it a few times on like lug nuts and spun them off the rims, broke the bolts. I went around and I broke a bolt on every single wheel on a old car, and it only had 4 lugs on each wheel. And I broke a bolt on every one of them.
You broke 2 on one wheel.
Putting custom wheels on that car. It's all funny now.
It wasn't then. It was $45 a piece to get them fixed.
Danielle says it's not funny. Don't know what I really did wrong differently on the other one, but I'll change something. Just seems like it sits better right that spot. Oh, we got a real wide base. Well, it goes higher. Then I got it. About the same height. Pretty close. Higher? Okay. Now if I can move it without damaging my ceiling. Yeah. She goes, you got a whole box of new ceiling tiles. It's okay. Alright. So there we go. If you guys are just tuning in, welcome to the channel. As we work on putting a new green screen setup together. I said I can bring this right up to the computers there and turn it and adjust everything that's needed. This one says D. They actually coded them. Like there's only a certain way it's supposed to get together. This one's a B. That one's a B. What the hell? Well, I can tell you right now, the A and this D here has really large holes on the ends, which I can tell you is probably the end of that, for the end of that bar up there. So, ooh, it's a very tight fit. Snap, snap. That's just supposed to be fully adjustable, but I don't see that happening. I don't see that one sliding inside that one. Supposed to. There it goes. Very tight. I even shaved a little bit of metal off on that one. That one went right in. Alright, so there is holes on each end. I'm sure for putting that piece on top where the wing nut was that I showed you guys a little bit ago. Straight through it. So rather than do it directly, let's figure out how close we are. Should be right at it. You want to reach up here and do this? Obviously, I'm not going to stick the green screen on it right yet. We got a bit of moving, motioning, whatever.
Why does it look like it's bowing?
In the middle?
Oh.
Because it is a little bit. It's just the weight of it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put the nut on this side. I'll wait and put the green screen up on the other side first. So fun, oh fun. Oh, it's having the clamps. Once you get it where you want it, you clamp it on so it doesn't move.
That's smart.
Well, material. No. Shouldn't be. It should come down and all the way out. It's 20 foot long, 10 foot wide.
This is the end you need for.
Oh, is that the end? Well, that's what I was looking for.
Like a bedspread. You do
It looks like a bedspread. Double paneled bedspread is what it looks like. Of green. This one material.
That looks like you should wrap it on the pole before you stick the nuts on.
That's the reason I didn't lock this on. So I could just slide it over. Hold that bar.
I can't
No,
reach it.
don't have to hold the top. Just hold it so when I push, it doesn't fall over. Alright. It's heavy. I don't think it matters. I just looked to see where the better seam was, and the better seam was on this side, so I used it. This side also has a better reflection.
More shiny.
Yeah. Like, unless it said in the directions and I overlooked it about which side to face out. One side has more of a reflective. Like I said, there's like 20 foot long. So there's a lot. But this is so, like I said, we were going to be able to do it with photography as well. We can lay it down There's a lot there. There it goes. So we can do stuff with the flooring as well. My bad. We can fold it back and lay it at the bottom if we want. I was getting the 2 clamps. From what I saw, the clamps, they had some that went, some of these, you get more of them. They had some you could go like this and help pull the material across. Where you buy more of these, though in the directions, they were having it and putting it up on top, clamping down around the top to keep it from moving, which I can understand that as well. Once you get it in position, you can clamp it like so. Use that to help pull some of the wrinkles out. Because otherwise we'd have to get one of those steamers and go through here and steam a lot of the wrinkles out if there was a problem, if we were having issues with wrinkles. Alright, let's go ahead and fold some of this, lay it back there. A lot of it. Well, if we want to ever cut any off and do our stuff with it, we got plenty. I'm just going to do it like this. I'm trying to do the same as yours. That's what I was watching. Okay. Alright, now I'm just going to take that corner and then lay it back up against it. Push it back. Not that far back. Alright. What's going on, Mush? Just realized I wasn't even in the chill room. But now we are. So, the lighting stands. As we've seen these a little bit ago. Same tripod stand as before. Much smaller, obviously. Tighten that a little bit. Go get the other box. These are the plug-ins for the lights that go on top of the stand. Oh, they go a lot of different directions. Okay. A little piece on top. Come off or something. Does. Might have to look up and see how that's supposed to be assembled. Because we can do it like this.
You're doing it up high and you're putting one of the canopies on, you'd want it like that.
Yeah, we still gotta figure out how to do that. That was a guess. Attach bulb holder to the light stand. Spin lever. It's kind of the way I was doing it the first time. Alright, let's see. And then that goes right through. Okay. So back to the way we was doing it the first time. Here's this. They're actually taking this piece off. I'd like to be able to just leave it on, but they were taking it off. But if the set screw is not gonna lay in there right. Well, there wasn't a spot for it to screw into the other piece, so. It's snug on there now. Then you got that. Then we can loosen this up a little bit. It goes like so, because you don't actually look straight at the bulb. And then you got this other hole right here, which is for the umbrella. There's a hole that slides down through right there. Yeah, if it wasn't one of these umbrellas.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah, I know.
A white umbrella.
A white umbrella, yeah. Now it doesn't say how. There's only one spot you can. Doesn't really show how far to go down through. So let's just do the pin downward like that, and then we'll tighten it. Just finger tight. I'm not going to overdo it. Let's look at some other pictures. And it looks roughly like the way we just did it. Of course, here's the bulbs that they were using. So we're going to go ahead and assemble these as they're supposed to be. I'm just going to go ahead and leave that on there for now. Alright, now the thing keeps turning because the top one was loose. Alright. Obviously it would be somewhere over here, much higher. We'll move it here in a few minutes. We got another one to assemble. Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. As we're just doing an unboxing and hooking up of another green screen setup. This is going to be the exact same thing we just done, just again for our light. We're about there. Tighten it up. Now we need another plug-in socket for the bulb. Now, as we talk for streamers, you don't necessarily need something as elaborate as this. You know, we're going to try dabbling a little bit more in photography. We already got the cameras to do it, the computer system and everything, and the room. So that's what's going on here. Let's see here. That one there. Stretch it out. Loosen this up so we can get it up in there. Tighten it down. Good enough. Turn the light back so I can put the next umbrella in, like so. Now only 2 of the 3 lights require an umbrella, and that's the two that's basically primarily lighting up and giving the glow for the background. The third light goes a little bit behind you. You know, you do a little bit of research for yourself if you like about studios and green screens and the reason they use 3 lamps to get rid of the extra little green glow from behind, help take away all the shades.
Two on the sides, one behind.
So you'll have 2 in front of you and 1 behind you off to the side where it cannot be seen. No, it shouldn't give so much light that it affects your cameras. Otherwise you just have to move it and play with it. And there we go, another stand. That will go over here somewhere. Obviously it won't go this close to the green screen, it'll go farther back. And then it'll be the third stand, it'll be off to one of the sides behind the person, because with a green screen like this, you ever watch somebody that does the weather, they're not all the way up against the green screen, they're a little farther out, so there's room for all the lighting and stuff, or the news, whatever. They're not normally right up on it. Alright, and the last one was for the third bulb that we was talking about. These are usually lower to the ground and bringing up an undertone. So, there we go. This one doesn't need an umbrella. It's just the light. Here we are with another socket. Take that thing off the top. What I like about this though, Danielle, is that's the same size you actually hook a camera right up to. So if we ever needed to do something with the camera, we can just hook it straight up to one of these stands. They're all like that. Alright, there we go. Snug. Bring this one back. Now all we need is a bulb. Now we're not going to do a stream right now actively using these with the lighting. We still got some stuff in the room that we still got to take care of and stuff that we got to do this weekend. I'd like to find some time, possibly tomorrow, to move a couple more things around and dabble a little bit more, add some more USB extensions to our computer cameras. But as an example, one of these lights would go at a lower level off to the outside, not to where they really make a really bright spot on the green screen, because it will affect how we can spread that out. Alright, let's just move that to about there. Realistically, you want these up equal, more up and above our heads than what we've had them. And you want the reflection off the umbrellas, the glow, not the direct bulb light that you could have. We don't want that. Just want the glow. Just taking a couple inches from the ceiling. And these would be set out like so. Back of the bulb aiming at the screen. and then the bottom one would be off to a side, down lower. And that's our mess. There's a green screen setup. Of course, you can't see this one here. You can just see a little bit of it. But that's it. This was from Limo Studio. Setup. You find it on Amazon. We'll put this video up and we'll add actually trying it out and using it. But this was $99.99 with Prime, 2-day shipping. That's it. I got all these boxes to pick up. Definitely keeping the boxes for the bulbs in case I switch out to an equivalent LED. Don't need a lot of the extra heat. I mean, maybe over this winter it won't matter so much. But if I can switch to LEDs, save power, not have to deal with as much heat, I will. Excuse me. Let's see, I know the lighting isn't super great in here, so let's see what happens. Let's just switch the cam over to chroma key. It's gone. Where'd it go? Doing some adjustments, fix the grays. That's funny. Alright, let's see what happens here. Let's just add let's see here. Let's do this. Let's take this, put it back on there. Let's do this will be funny. Device, video, or media. Obviously the lighting is not turned on, so we're actually just using ceiling lighting at the moment. Is doing that. You can see the static and see some of the curves and waves in the material. That's funny. Let's see. Adjust the face cam just a little bit more. It's getting worse. Obviously a lot of adjusting to be able to get these just right. Nobody's perfect, but if you get a proper lighting, like I said, when I hook that lighting up, you're going to notice a difference. You're going to notice that much difference right now. That's funny. No, Danielle. See how you can see a little bit of the shade? That's because we ain't got the extra lights. You can see my shadow behind my hand going off the green screen. When you get the extra lights, it'll shine behind me. It'll envelope this shadow, and that's the reason you get the third light, to keep all the shades, so all these little edges around me, if any of it turns green, he'll do away with it. So, but good stuff. Yeah, I wish I was on the beach. Wait, hold on, let me walk over here. Oh yeah. In my socks in the sand. In the middle of November. Yeah. Don't we wish? Don't we wish? What I realize is we're not actually catching any sound. Oh, that's here. Funny thing is, Danielle, is we could actually pull that table back, pull that green out, and it'll actually look like I'm sitting on that sand. When you pull the green screen out. Yeah. We're at, right, let's see, we're about to hear. Just take some of it. Now look, Danielle. Pat, pat. Except don't leave no footprints. Oh shit. Figured that one out. Ruffle it up, make it look like there's footprints. Put maybe some. Your bush says, I got it open, here I come. What's going on, Gadge? We just finished hooking a lot of this up. I haven't ran any of the electric. I'm not running any lines right now. But we just did an unboxing and obviously hooking this up. You know, this ain't Myrtle Beach, whoop, but you know, it is what it is. But that's I got a lot of green screen left. I could do this whole wall green screen back here in this section of the studio. And like since those of you just came in, these lamps are not on. They're just put together, assembled. So I'm not using that lighting. So the lighting can be improved. But all in all, it looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Still picking up the wrappers. Let's see this. The screen is supposed to be 10 foot across, and it actually has 20 foot of length. And that's what I did. Is after I hit the floor, I curved it out. Because I mean, I can push it back. You can see me push it back. But I got so much of it, I can lay it out. And that'll help, you know, Daniel wants to do pictures for the family and our friends, you know, Christmas pictures or whatnot. We can just bring in one of the little block tables, set it in, and then they can put Christmas backgrounds and everything else and do regular photos. Since I don't have one of those fancy new cameras that let you be able to use as a live webcam with the actual digital camera, but we have an SLT Sony SLT Alpha 57, which was the model right before they started allowing. Oh shit! The wave just took out some of our table. Lost my sandals. They just floated away. Cool stuff. Alright, so we'll quit playing around. Any of you hanging out in Discord, stop by, give me a shout. HT Legion TV. We're putting this up on both YouTube and Twitch both. So let's see. Pop. Wait, I like the sound. Let's put it back up. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out. You see everything kind of right behind me. What was going on. We can put it back up one more time. What we've been doing. Let's get off the face cam here. Go right back over to it. I'll take the chroma key off. And there we go. That's what we actually have up. Of course, so you know, I never did my edge beam. I never did paint it, but that's it. Part of my desk. Some of their stuff going in this area. I appreciate you guys coming by the stream once again. We're going to get ready to close down, decide on what we're going to do the rest of the evening, if we're going to do any more streaming. Maybe some gaming. Who is online? What we got? What we got on from RGN? We got Seeker, Twitch and Good TV. What are they doing? So we're going to activate a raid in just a second. Hope that you guys participate. It is quiet in Discord. What is everybody up to?
Name.
They're sleeping.
4 words that would ruin your Thanksgiving. Just 4.
What did it say?
4 words that would ruin your Thanksgiving.
I think I'm pregnant. 4 words that'll ruin your Thanksgiving. Yeah, boy.